Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lion's Den with another news and commentary. You know who this lady is. This is the great Sandra Bland. You know, today, the day after my birthday, is also the 5th year anniversary of this beautiful queen's death. Now, on July 13, 2015, that's when the entire Sandra Bland's family world has changed. When the sister was stopped because of a failure to signal, and all of a sudden, 3 days later after that, which is, of course, July 10th, that's when she got stopped over by the police. And July 13th, which is 3 days later, they found her dead in a jail cell. So, in her memory, I'm going to go ahead and play this video from the Queen herself, and then I'm going to continue the rest of my commentary.
Good afternoon, my beautiful kings and queens. It is Wednesday, April 8th, 2015. Hopefully you are out there or were out there this morning doing something productive, successful, something that is going to help establish your kingdom and queendom. Today's Sandy Speaks is going to focus directly on my white people. White people. Yes, black people know that all lives matter. But what I need you guys to understand is that being a black person in America is very, very hard. Although you all love to say, oh, nobody should see race. People are the reason that racism is still alive. Well, what kind of people are the reason? Black racists have no power, whereas white racists do. They have power because they are in positions of control, or they're in positions where they can influence the control over black people. Yes, that is very true. So to my friends who want to get on my videos and they're upset about the picture that I posted, oh well, I will not apologize for it, because at the moment, Black lives matter. They matter. Our media is showing you, obviously they don't. So for y'all that can sit around and say all lives matter, I want you to go put it on a poster and stand out on a corner somewhere. If we can get enough white people to show that all lives matter, maybe they'll stop killing our black brothers. Because obviously that's what it's going to take for the white people to get up and get tired of black people saying black lives matter. So if y'all want it to stop, you get out there and do something about it. But what you're not going to do is get on my page with the foolishness. You will be deleted. You will be unfriended. I am not a racist. I grew up in Villa Park, Illinois, was the only black girl on an all-white cheerleading squad, so I had to learn how to deal with, and black people, you will not be successful in this world until you learn how to work with white people. But I want the white folks to really understand out there, black people are truly, we're doing as much as we can. Not all of us, but some of us are really doing as much as we can. And we can't help but get pissed off when we see situations where it's clear the black life didn't matter. For those of you questioning why was he running away, well, goddamn. Because in the news that we've seen as of late, you could stand there, surrender to the cops, and still be killed. So for those of you that feel like all lives matter, if you want to put it on the poster, I will stand out there with you. But if you're not ready to do that, do not get on my page with it. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. You might have a black friend or two. And I'm not calling all white people racist, because y'all not. But for the ones who want to get on my page talking about all lives matter, show me in American history where all lives have mattered. Show me where there has been liberty and justice for all, like that fucking Pledge of Allegiance we love to say. Excuse my French, because Sandy Speaks don't usually cuss. But I was really irritated by the responses to the post that I made earlier, because white people, if all lives mattered, would there need to be a hashtag for Black Lives Mattering? Think about that. Just truly think about that. Yes, black on black crime numbers are extremely high. Yes, they are, but that is because there are uneducated people who are hell-bent on self-extermination. I am not one of them. I am into building up my kings and queens. So for me, Black Lives Matter. And then subset, all lives matter. Take it or leave it. Sandy speaks.
Rest in power, Sandra Bland. You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 5 years of this queen's death. And still, even though the officer that was responsible for her death was fired, he's still free. Her message has really created a protest across this country. Her message speaks the truth. You know, now when it comes to the death of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Sandra Bland, as you see on the screen, Laquan McDonald, Elton Sterling, Fernando Castillo, Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown. The list goes on. And we're still fighting for justice for the families that lost a loved one through police violence of unarmed black men and women and children, and vigilante violence of unarmed black men, women, and children. Until this day, ladies and gentlemen, her voice, her message is still, to this day, we still believe and fight for what she says and what she believes in. So, just like she said, all my kings and queens, remember Sandra Bland. Remember her name. Say her name. And don't forget her message to not only the black community, but all of the communities that we all need to wake up and see that America is what it is. So, 5 years of her untimely death, and justice still wasn't served for her. Until this day, people will call it a suicide by hanging like other cases. But everybody knows, and even her family knows, that it wasn't even suicide. So for those of people that says, you know, that's what happened with Sandra Bland was a suicide, how many black men and women in this country? And we're starting to see a few black men has been found hanged lately, but already they claim it was suicide, which we know black men can't even hang themselves, or black women can't hang themselves. So remember this beautiful queen. Remember Sandra Bland. Say her name. And together, you know, we all are going to believe her words. So please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. Rest in power, my queen. Till then, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.